Do the Palestine protesters know why they're protesting? The folks at Facts for Peace and Zach Sage Fox went and asked these protesters why they're protesting, what they're protesting for, and pretty shocking responses. Most of them are incredibly clueless. I decided to compile a bunch of these videos. Just watch. Unbelievable.
Are you guys also Free Palestine?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so what is your favorite Free Palestine chant?
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Do you guys know what river and what sea that chant refers to?
Like the Mediterranean. I don't know. I'm gonna guess the Arabian Sea.
And what river?
I don't know river names, but I know it's the one that's near there.
Near
Palestine.
Oh my God. She knows it's the one that's near there. She Oh my God. It's in the broad Middle Eastern region.
Which part of Palestine?
Like the occupied part? I don't know.
All right, what's your favorite chant?
I was just gonna say the free Palestine, free Palestine. I like the rhythm of that one. Yeah.
Okay.
The other one played it safe. The other one was like, I just like the broad free Palestine chant. She didn't want to get called out. Oh my God. That's just one of the craziest clips I've ever seen. And then it didn't stop there. Here's a clip where he interviews another person about this from the river to the sea. Sorry, from the river to the sea. He asked him again. He asked another, passerby, what from the river to the sea is.
Have you guys chanted from the river to the sea?
Yes.
Okay, which river, which sea?
The Sea of...
So you don't know that? Okay. No. The answer was the Mediterranean and the Jordan.
It's not that hard to know two things. It's not like we're asking the world. Just know what you're chanting. You're literally chanting it. You should know which river and which sea. Here's another clip. Just, oh my God, these people.
Participated in any of the Free Palestine stuff?
Yes.
For $100, can you find Gaza on a map?
We could try.
You're on Kazakhstan. Very nice. Can't find it.
We could try. We could try. You can't find Palestine on a map. Or Gaza on a map. I guess that's what they're referring to as Palestine, or probably Israel, the entire Israel. It's really not that hard. I mean, Middle Eastern region. There are a bunch of countries there, and maps have labels. It's not like he's asking her to they just have to find it. They just have to scroll until they find the word Israel. Just wow. Here's a Queers for Palestine protester talking about how she wants to go to Palestine.
Yes.
Would you go to Israel?
Hold on. I'll go back.
Are you queer?
Yes.
Would you go to Israel?
I would go to Palestine.
Even though, wait, but if you went to Palestine, you'd be thrown off of a building.
I mean, Israel.
For being gay.
Think about it. Israel is Palestine. Not everyone knows that I'm gay. I do understand as someone who is non-binary, it is hard.
Yeah, are you non? Would you say you're non-binary?
Yeah.
Do you love Palestine?
Yeah, why not?
Even though you wouldn't be allowed to be yourself there?
I feel like they're not supposed to judge, even if they have a set mindset. It is actually very haram in the Muslim culture for them to judge, where even they themselves should know.
But there's not a single Muslim state where it's legal to be gay.
That is true. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
He's out here converting these people. Honestly, people like that, we don't even want on our side. I mean, somebody that can just has zero information and just decides to support people that would kill her and throw her off a building. Probably not the type of people we even want in our movement. And again, I love to say this, I'm really not that pro LGBTQ. Again, I am an Orthodox Jew. I think that is probably, pretty reprehensible, but I don't think that those people should be thrown off buildings, obviously, for doing that. Especially since they're not really subject to the Torah and a lot of the things that are really supposed to be, mainly for Jews. Here is 2 more clips of he decided to tell the protesters the IDF is doing something crazy. They're doing tickle torture to these Palestinians. And these protesters are so dumb that they actually fall for it because, hey, it's the Jews. I wouldn't put anything past the Jews. Check it.
Tickle torture.
Hold on.
The IDF is now using tickle torture as a weapon of war in Gaza.
That's crazy.
No, but I totally believe it.
Like, is that a war crime in your opinion?
I mean, torture's in the name, and the whole thing is kind of a war crime, so it's kind of like...
What? How could they believe that the IDF is using tickle torture? And then to say that it's comparable to actual torture. What?
Like under the bundle of war crimes.
Have you been hearing about what's happening in Rafah? How Israel wants to turn into like an amusement park, allegedly?
Yes, a little bit.
When it comes to the Jews, people are willing to believe anything, which means we should fact check everything.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And here's one final clip, last but not least, another clip of him, making an absurd claim about Israel and the IDF, and Westerners believe it because, again, when it comes to Jews, they'll believe anything. Anything could have been the Jews. 9/11, whether it be the U.S. as liberty, which is technically it was Israel, but it was a mistake. But here we go.
In Gaza, apparently Israel's trying to kill them with lava.
Of course.
Yeah.
Everything they do is inhumane. I don't support Israel.
And apparently it comes from Ozempic Mountain, which is like literally one of the most holy sites to them.
What?
Yeah. What about the report that Bibi Netanyahu was actually the great grandnephew of Adolf Hitler? Al Jazeera just posted a story about it.
Sure. Sounds right. Sounds white.
When it comes to the Jews, people are willing to believe anything, which means we should fact check everything.
All right. So great job there by Zach Sage Fox, exposing the ridiculousness of these protesters. Lava, that Israel is putting the lava in the tunnels. I mean, and it wasn't even like they thought about it. It was just, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, probably. This is not just concerning for Jews, by the way. This is concerning for the West as well as just overall. The education system has gone from an education to an indoctrination. They don't tell you how to think. They don't teach you how to think. They teach you what to think. And pretty much it seems that their entire education is based off of Palestine and how great it is, because none of them seem to know, what Gaza actually looks like, what, this oppressive society actually does to like 99% of people that don't follow their crazed extremist laws. It's unbelievable to me that the left is anti-Israel. It's really unbelievable. I could understand why the right would be anti-Israel. There's gay pride parades. There's a lot of LGBTQ. There's a lot of open rights. It's very liberal, etc. Although now there's a right-wing government. But the idea that liberals would be anti-Israel, it doesn't make sense, except for the fact that they're all in it to destroy the Western world. The liberals, meaning the leftists, whatever you want to call them, the extremists, the Muslims, and and the far right. So you have the far right, the far left / middle left, and the entire Islamic world trying to destroy the West all at the same time. And hopefully this will get out the awareness that these children need to be put into some sort of new education system that can teach them an education instead of an indoctrination. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. Check out Zach Sage Fox at Facts for Peace. He's doing unbelievable work. And thank you for watching. Have a good one.